Hello, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome to Little Hill.
Welcome to Little Hill Homestead. I'm Ali. This is my husband, Shawn. And there you guys go. He's just going to jump right in. What are you doing today?
I gotta get stuff done while you're gonna explain what we're doing.
Okay, so we recently did the freezer dinner whole day craziness. And we told you guys in that I was going to show you how to make frozen mashed potatoes. So we do this in bulk batches, and then we freeze it in individual servings in either ziplocks or deli containers to defrost and have later. So if you get a really good deal on potatoes, which is coming up because of the holidays, this is a great thing to use it for. So, step one is peel the potatoes.
Got to peel the potatoes.
I'm going to run through the ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe while Shawn peels potatoes. So we're using an apple peeler to peel the majority of the potato. I will link this below. We got it from Amazon years ago. It was not very expensive and it works great on apples. It did decently well on pears as long as they weren't too soft. And it does good enough on potatoes, but they're a little harder because they're not round. So like it'll shave this part off, but maybe not necessarily this part. So then we just do a little by hand. But what are we gonna need for this? We are gonna do 5 pounds of potatoes. I thought about doing 10 pounds, but I just don't know if I want that many containers. So we're doing 5 pounds of potatoes. You can use russet or gold. We're using russet because we had a bunch of them. So there you go.
It's gonna be a weird one.
That's gonna be an awful one. We've got 1 cup of cream, milk, or half and half. I like to do half heavy cream and half milk, so you basically end up with half and half. But that's our 1 cup of liquid. You need 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt. We have a recipe on the channel, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I like to add a little bit more at the end based on taste, but that's later. 2 sticks of butter. These are gonna be a little bit runnier because when you freeze them and rebake them, you need them a little bit more moist so that they end up perfect on the flip side. So they do look a little bit wet, but it's totally fine. 8 ounces of cream cheese. We're using the Sierra Nevada farmhouse cream cheese. You can get it from Azure Standard. This stuff is really good, you guys. So we're gonna be using that today. And what else? Potatoes, you need potatoes. I like gold potatoes, that's what I grew up on. They're more expensive, so we use russet majority of the time.
I like russets.
Yeah, they're just fine. You have to peel them because to mash them, I'll get it down in a second. We use this like funnel kind of thing. You can use a potato masher as well. You can use your KitchenAid mixer or your favorite mixer. I find it makes them a little gelatinous and it does some funky stuff. So I personally still hand mash my potatoes. I know that's not what you want to hear. We got a big pot of water going to get it hot, and once the potatoes are peeled, we just cut them into like fourths. These are pretty generous sized potatoes. So 5 pounds for us was 7 potatoes. We just weigh them out. That's that. Or buy yourself a 10-pound bag and double this recipe.
It's working really well.
This is my sous chef, Shawn.
Hi, everybody.
He does the stuff I don't want to. It's perfect. Anyways, we're gonna get these cut into fourths and get them in the pot of water, bring it to a boil, and then we'll bring you back.
Having fun.
So much fun. Okay, I have a pot of this. I don't know how big this is. 8-quart maybe. It's an 8-quart pot. It's halfway full with water, and we're bringing it to a boil. It's just starting to get hot. Shawn cut the potatoes for me, and we did them I said fourths. We actually did them in eighths. So
They were big potatoes.
They were big potatoes. But all we're gonna do is put them in the water. I don't add salt to the water. We put enough stuff on the other side that they end up being delicious. And
Where's my tool?
what tool? Oh, Shawn is all about like having the right tool for the job. So, and he can reach high places where we store it. So he's he's gonna.
I don't want to burn my hand. So I use this little
smarter
bag
than
wipe,
I am.
and instead of dropping in and have water just splash everywhere, you can kind of just roll them in there, I guess.
What did you guys call it? They called it a spider. I can't remember. I said I couldn't remember what it was called in one video, and I got like 500 comments telling me it's a spider ladle, I think is what they called it. I know, you don't have to correct me. I won't remember. My brain is the size of a pea some days. So there you go. Anyways, we're gonna put the potatoes in here, bring it to a boil, and it cooks for maybe 20 to 25 minutes until they are fork tender and starting to kind of fall apart a little bit. That's what we're looking for and where we're going. It's super hands-off, especially if you have a sous chef that does it all for you. It's very hands-off. This is fantastic.
All right, last thing going in.
Wow.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. They're perfect.
All right.
Beautiful. So I did want to talk to you guys about something really quick. You guys know that we have been doing a lot of craft-related videos, sewing tutorials. We've done some ceramic stuff, woodworking stuff, all on Little Hill Homestead. We had a lot of people kind of message us and say, hey, we're really here for the recipes, not as much the other stuff that you guys kind of are focusing on right now, and we totally get that. So,
Knife and sink.
we are going to be starting a second YouTube channel that is going to be geared towards crafts, tutorials, how-tos. I mean, you name it, we're going to try to put it on there. We're probably going to post over there 1 to 2 days a week, and I will put a link below. It's going to be Little Hill Craft Co., like craft company. So still Little Hill, we're still in the name, but we just thought it's a good way to separate for those of you that maybe don't want to see the craft stuff, or the people that do. You'll see us there a couple days a week and here 3 to 4 days a week. So that's our plan moving forward. We heard you guys, and that was our best solution. So I think if I can get myself in gear, our first video actually will have gone up yesterday for you guys. I think my first tutorial is going to be how we make our key fobs, a sewn project. And then moving forward, we have ideas to show you guys some of the things, not necessarily stuff we make in our Etsy shop and sell, but a few things like that. Some quilting tutorials, maybe down the road, some like clothing stuff. Shawn's gonna do some woodworking stuff, especially at Christmas time. What is it?
I made her a tiara.
Oh, yeah. So down the road, we'll probably be doing some more polymer clay tutorials so you guys get some of the jewelry that we do and stuff, but we thought it would be a good way for those of you that want to see the crafts more, you can go to that channel, or those of you that want to see recipes more can go to this channel. We'll be posting on different days of the week, so it won't really interfere with one another, and we're going to see how it goes. And if it's a big old flop, we'll hear you there too, and we'll just come back to Little Hill Homestead. But for now, I will put a link below. It'll be Little Hill Craft Co., like company. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, I will have a link to our first video. I will have a link to the first video, and if you guys go over there and there's tutorials you want to see, like we've already gonna some Christmas stuff will go up, some woodworking Christmas projects, some sewing stuff, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean. But be on the lookout. That's all I have to say about that. And I'm gonna wait for these potatoes to boil. Then we'll be back. Okay, it has been 25 minutes and we actually went and did another video for our other channel while we were doing this. How cool is that? Okay, so I'm gonna make sure our potatoes are fork tender. They're starting to fall apart, so I'm pretty confident in the fact that they are fork tender. So let me pull one out so you can see. Whoop. So by fork tender, I mean if you put a fork in it, does it easily glide in like that, or does it give you some resistance? This one split open as soon as I did, so our potatoes are done. I'm gonna give them a good drain, and then I'm gonna turn you around and show you how Shawn mashes potatoes, because again, he does the dirty work. I'm gonna turn you around. Okay. We'll put a towel on the floor. So we are going to take the potatoes and we use this thing. I believe it is called a cone colander. This is an antique one. We've had it for quite a few years. We got it at an antique store and we use it for a lot of things, you guys. I have looked on Amazon and they have similar stuff. If you can't find something like this, you can use a potato ricer. So you put pieces of potato in it and it closes kind of like a garlic press, except on a much larger scale. So Shawn is going to mash my potatoes for me because I have a bad elbow, and so this is hard for me to do. But like I said, you can do this in a KitchenAid mixer. My problem is, if you do it for even a little bit too long, it turns into like a gelatinous it's the gluten get released. I don't even know what it is that got released because I haven't done it in years. It turns like gummy, and you don't want that. So, while Shawn is mashing potatoes,
just getting to work here.
Let me tell you how we're gonna do this. So I told you the ingredients already. We have those behind us. This recipe can be eaten right away, which we're gonna have some tonight with our dinner. But the whole point is to freeze it. Why else would you make frozen mashed potatoes? I love to do big batches of this. Like I was saying, when you can get it on sale, you freeze it. And I like to freeze them 2 different ways. One, deli containers. I get these on Amazon. I will link them below for you guys. I do cheese and a lot of stuff in these. If we pre-cut onion for our weekly meal preps, we put it in these deli containers. They're great for the mashed potatoes if it's like a 2-person household. So, I love these. You can stack them in the freezer really easily. Option 2, and the way that we do it.
2-person household?
We're not, other people. Other people might have 2 people in their household.
Like there's still one more living.
Or you could just pull out 2 if you have multiples. The other thing that you can do is ziplocks, our ziplocks. I'm not a grammatically correct person most of the time. It just is what it is. But we have always used these. Shawn got me a 2-pack for Christmas years ago. Could you be any louder?
Sorry, I am going to put these into a colander just because what we're going to do here in just a minute is this bowl fills up that I'm using. We're going to put it back into the pot.
Into the pot. So once the potatoes are mashed, let me show you what they actually mash like. You basically spin this wooden, it looks like a pestle and mortar type of situation. You put potatoes in here. You spin this in a circle and it comes out the bottom. You can see it looks like hairs into this bowl, and they're perfectly, there's no clumps. It takes all the skins that you may have missed off. We have done this before though without removing the skins, just seeing if it would catch them. Disaster, don't do that.
Don't do that.
It was a pain. So you basically, yeah, like go to town.
Take it and
just spin in a circle. And it rises into the bottom. Easy. One of our kids, I don't mind like a home style potato with some chunks, but one of our kids will not eat it, and so we figured this out a long time ago. Anyways, ziplocks. This is my preferred way to do it because I like to, and I'll show you this in a little bit, make the potatoes flat in here because they defrost a whole lot faster than a deli container. So I pack in a whatever serving our family's gonna have. If you have a larger family, do a quart bag. If you have a smaller family, do a sandwich bag.
Some fell on the counter.
You're gonna put the desired amount in there and then flatten it out, because then when you go to defrost them, it's just that much easier. So like I was saying, Shawn got me these for Christmas years and years ago. They can expand up for gallons of blocks or shrink down for sandwich bags. And then this just pops into it. I've showed you guys this in our freezer meal videos and all kinds of stuff. It just pops like that. But I recently saw this. If you are a canner, you have these for canning, right? So somebody said you could use these the same way. And I thought, well, can you? Let's find a can. So you take the handle side and you put it on your counter. You take a Ziploc and you fold the top over, and then you put it over where the canning jar would normally get lifted out. And you expand it out and it becomes the same thing. So if you're a canner, although these are great, y'all, it works perfectly. So, boom, there's our options. Okay, so when he's done, I'm gonna spin you guys around and I'm gonna show you what we add to these potatoes to make them amazing. Okay, let me go dump it. All right, spin you around and get you started with it.
I'm gonna keep doing this.
5 hours later.
I think like the normal size potatoes we make. I can.
Shawn is still going. This is like, if you guys remember recently, I accidentally made him chop garlic and he didn't know how much we needed, and I pulled out all the garlic we had and he chopped all of it. He was chopping garlic for like an hour and I literally needed like 20 cloves. It was the best because I had garlic for like 2 months, but this is just a lot of potatoes. Anyways, our potatoes are in the pot that we originally boiled our potatoes in. As he's mashing it, he's just dumping it in here. To this, we are gonna add our 8 ounces of cream cheese. There's gonna be some residual heat. If you need to turn your pot on to get everything melted, you totally can. You can do 1 to 2 sticks of butter. We like butter in this house, so do 1.5 sticks of butter or whatever you choose. I like 2. Like I said, you want this to be slightly runny, and you are gonna bake it. So if you use a little extra butter in it, when you bake it, it gets a little crispy edge from the fat in the butter. Nobody ever complained about that. Those are going in. We have our 1 cup. This is half milk and half heavy cream. You can do half and half if you want to do milk. I would not do low fat milk. Mashed potatoes just need fat to be good. So just, it is what it is. And then of course our salt and pepper is 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper going into the pot. You can use salt. If you prefer like a Himalayan salt or anything like that, totally fine. We make a homemade seasoned salt and we really, really like it. It adds a little more flavor. There's a word called excuse me.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
English language. Just kidding.
Rude.
How rude. Anyways, I'm going to start stirring.
Excuse me.
Is that the last of the potatoes?
No.
No? Or yeah?
No.
No?
Look at the bowl behind you.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Just getting off the little bits, pieces there.
All right, this is the last of our potatoes, I think. I'm gonna start stirring this in and getting all of our stuff melted into our potatoes. Like I said, the residual heat of the potatoes should be enough to melt that cream cheese and stuff. And I kind of just use my spoon to break it up because our cream cheese was in a pretty good clump. And then the butter as well will just continue to melt down. If you need to turn the heat on, do so. But I'm just gonna get to stirring. And if it gets to be too thick and you can't stir it, pop a little more moisture in there in the form of milk or heavy cream. Let me pull you in so you can see what I'm working with here. Here's what our mashed potatoes are looking like. They are creamy, but you can see I gotta keep stirring to get that butter and stuff mixed in. So that's what I'm gonna do. Once I get it all stirred in, I'm gonna bring you around and show you how we package this. Okay, so our potatoes are done. Let me show you kind of what they look like. So typical mashed potatoes are gonna be much thicker than this. They're still thick, but no, they're still pretty thick. But these have just a little more looseness to them than like some mashed potatoes. That's kind of what you want because once you bake them, some of that moisture is going to come off and they're going to get thicker. So I'm just continuing to stir it because I just realized I have one more little clump of butter. I did add to this, there's another clump of butter. I'm not going to complain if I get a clump of butter in my potatoes, but I did end up adding about a 1/4 cup more milk to the recipe to loosen it up just a little bit. Like I was saying, you kind of have to eyeball it because sometimes potatoes hold more moisture when you boil them versus other times. So, depending on your family size, think of when you put potatoes on your plate, right? That's how much you're gonna try to put in these bags. So like for our family, there's a family of 3. Sometimes we have additional people. If that happens, I'll pull out 2 bags. But I basically am going to take, I need to taste test these to make sure we're salty and stuff. Is that what you were doing?
I was already doing it.
Taste test is to make sure you have enough salt, pepper, cream cheese, because you can always add more.
We're good.
Is it too salty or anything?
Nope, it's
Okay.
perfect.
Perfect potatoes, y'all. Anyways, I do a few scoops into each bag. If you want to use a measuring cup to do so, you can as well, but I kind of just do a couple scoops. I think like that's about how much I would put on my plate, right? There's 2 servings, and then I'll do a 1/3 because there's 3 of us. And then I kind of do a little extra dollop because like, let's be real. Sometimes you want seconds. So I'm doing 4 scoops into each of my bags. I'm gonna take my bag and seal it most of the way shut. I'm gonna squeeze out that little bit of air that we've got. And in the process of doing that, it flattened out your potatoes. Boom, right? You're gonna label this mashed potatoes because that's what we have now. Like I said, this defrosts really quickly. How do you serve these? Well, they're mashed potatoes, so if you don't know, that's on you. I'm just kidding. Sometimes I will write the instructions on these so that Shawn or anybody who is in our household may know mashed potatoes. Plus, if you're like me and you have a freezer with mystery stuff in it, we're literally having mystery beef for dinner because I don't know what it is. I forgot to mark it, and we just picked some sides to go with beef. So hopefully it's decent. I don't know. So I'm gonna put on here mashed potes. mashed pots. So these, like I said, I defrost them. Typically, I will pull them out the night before, put them in the refrigerator, and let them defrost that way, so that when I go to cook them, they cook faster. To cook these, I do a pot, a bowl, a dish. Hold on, let me grab one. Like this. I do a dish like this, right? I take my mashed potatoes that have defrosted and I squeeze it into the container, not in the Ziploc. I put these in a 350-degree oven. If they are defrosted, you're gonna do it for 30 minutes until they're bubbly and they'll get a little ring around the top of beautiful brown. If you're doing it from frozen, it takes about an hour. So plan accordingly. Like I said, they're the perfect mashed potatoes, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go finish putting this into bags, and I guess I should, well, I can't say how many servings it makes overall. It made a vat of potatoes. There you guys go. That's that. If you have questions, hit me up below. Shawn or I will answer you, and I will also put the recipe in the description. And don't forget to go check out Little Hill Craft Co., our new channel as well. I will link it below. Thanks, guys.